The Gaston County Court at points wiping away his tears as he stood before a judge. Just 16 years old, he's being charged with first-degree murder as an adult. That's as a result of a law change that went into effect in December, which allows teens his age to be charged as an adult in certain crimes. There was a realization that during this proceeding that the gravity was hitting him, a grand jury indictment that could come in the near future, and a moment that hit when a judge told him that he would not be seeing freedom anytime soon.
Court may impose a hold without bond. Court finds sufficient allegations to support the charges. Considering the relevant factors and the charges, he is ordered held without bond.
This moment is tough to watch, but it was something that Zaquavius Dawkins' family says they needed to be here for. Simpson accused of killing Dawkins Sunday night along Chester Street. Simpson also accused with attempted first-degree murder involving another victim. Dawkins' family says he was going to get medical supplies for his mother when he was killed. After Wednesday's court appearance, things were still raw for Dawkins' family.
It's affected everybody.
That's crazy. 2 lives gone. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. That's nothing in comparison to what mom and dad feel that lost their son. It's nothing in comparison. You getting the easy way out. You get to still live. But that's the culture though, right? That's what we out here doing. Shoot 'em up, bang, bang, murder, murder, kill, kill, shoot, shoot. Switches. The Draco. That's what we teaching the kids. Imagine if we taught them about STEM. Science, technology, math, whatever it stands for. And what these kids to be doing. But it's the culture. It's been going on far too long for us not to know better. For this to still be happening. This life is over. I've been down that road. I've been there. I know how I feel not to get that much time. But to hear a number, no matter what the number is, it's heart-wrenching. But see, this is how we get prepared for numbers like that, right? You in there before you go to court, everybody waiting to go to court. We all know what we all did. We talk about our cases or whatever. Yeah, man, you know, if they give you 10 years, you be all right. You be sitting there accepting that shit like, yeah, 10 years. I mean, but you don't have no choice. But that's how you prepare yourself. You start looking at people around you on your cell block that's going to court, getting time, going upstate or whatever. You know what I mean? You start looking at the point system. You become Mr. Law Library. You always try to cushion your fall. You know what I mean? You're thinking about it. But what you really can't comprehend is the rest of your life. When you get life, no matter what it is, you still pitting in the pills all your life. You never stop fighting. You never stop fighting. You never give up because it's your life. If you could find any clause, anything the DA did, a new law that changed, somebody's other case that's similar to yours, for the rest of your life, you're trying to get out. If you don't get killed in there. He's 16 years old with life. He going to grow up in prison. He going to spend more time in prison than he did on the streets. He going to turn 17, 18, 19. He going to turn 30, 35, 40. Now he got nieces and nephews he don't even know. He never met. They just talked about him. Nobody know him. Mom died. Dad died. Siblings died. He in his 50s, 60s. Now he got health problems and all that. Nobody there for him. No, never get to feel a woman. Nothing. It's over. You in there arguing over salt and pepper. They trying to take hot sauce out the jail. Now you 70 years old trying to help the young bucks coming in. Nobody want to listen to you. You got arthritis. You got high blood pressure. You got all the stuff that happen when you get old and you die in there. Especially when you go in there that young, you don't have no relationships with nobody. All the people you have relationships with are gone. Are gone. And this mom and dad, they're going to have to live with the fact that they won't have their kid forever. They won't watch him graduate. They won't watch him build a life for himself, start a family, make them grandparents. The cookout, the birthdays that never happened, the grandkids that never existed, the life, the future that you just took away. because we don't respect life. We treat it like it's nothing. Like it's a video game. You're gonna respawn after you get killed. You respawn, got brand new gun, new bullets. Like it's Call of Duty, but it's not. It's real life. And this is what you're looking at. Him is watching reality set in. The reality set in. You're gonna be over there for the rest of your life. You walk on that cell block. The air even different. Everything, the smell, the sound of the gates opening and closing, the doors opening and closing. All the politics that's going on in prison. You got dudes thugging over there. You got the gangs, race wars, people taking people's body, selling other people's bodies. You're going to have to become something that was real easy for you to become when you pulling that trigger. It's easy as a device. You pull it, the hammer hits the shell, which send a spark that ignites the gunpowder and send the slug shooting throughout the muzzle, and boom. Easy. But in here, it's going to turn you to that up close and personal to survive. You're going to have to do what you got to do in there. It's over. It's over. Yeah. Every single day. Every single day. Think about all your life and how old you is and how much life you got to live. Every single day, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time. Are we so quick to put that gun in our hands, talking about how we gonna do this, how we gonna do that? It is so much easier to sit down and have a conversation. It's so much easier to go get a job instead of going out here and rob. You put yourself in a situation where you gotta use that gun. I'm telling you, there's so many people in there. If they could do it over again, they would do it different. It's people that blew trial, that got life. They would have took the time and got the number. It's people in there that's like, damn. Being there, they little nephew coming there. Last time they seen their nephew, he was in Pampers. He don't even really know his uncle. Dude, this guy's doing, you start to look at the guys doing 30 years, 40 years, and you say to them, well, at least you got a number. It's over. Getting up 5 o'clock to go work in the kitchen. You know when you first get upstate, you ain't going to be able to get the good job. You're going to be working in the kitchen. And you better hope that you don't run into his ops or his family, which are now your ops in that prison system. Because now you're going to have to do what you did with that gun up close and personal with a knife. If you could get your hands on one. If you ain't scared in there. That's one thing about prison, man. All that, ain't no guns in there. Ain't no guns in there. Everybody be so tough thinking that shit they did on the street means something in it. It don't. You got the junkies getting in shape. They ain't been on drugs for 30 days, especially you get upstate. But just in the county or city jail, they whooping your ass in there. You ain't doing all that shit on the streets that you was doing in there. But I hope your gang in there. But it don't. You just don't know how it's gonna go for you. You could think it's gonna go one way. You could think you ain't gonna join that gang. You could think you ain't gonna get that ass up. We'll see, man.
The Gaston County Court at points wiping away his tears as he stood before a judge.
Don't cry
Just
now.
16 years old, he's being charged with first-degree murder as an adult. That's as a result of a law change that went into effect in December, which allows teens his age to be charged as an adult in certain crimes. There was a realization that during this proceeding that the gravity was hitting him, a grand jury indictment that could come in the near future, and a moment that hit when a judge told him that he would not be seeing freedom anytime soon.
Court may impose a hold without bond. Court finds sufficient allegations to support the charges. Considering the relevant factors and the charges, he is ordered held without bond.
This moment is tough to watch, but it was something that Zaquavius Dawkins' family says they needed to be here for.
Just be a kid, yo. Play the video game. Go to prom. Talk to the girls on the phone. Walk up to the girl and say, could you get a phone number? Like, just be a kid. Just be a kid. Go to school. I, I just go to school, sit in the front of the class. Pay attention. Do you want to be this? Do you want to be this? If you ever want to see how how it looked for somebody to get stabbed in the heart and the twist, that's what you just witnessed right here. That's what you just witnessed. Why not just go to school? Be a kid. Join the football team. Be popular. Be the smartest person in the class. It's so much other shit that you could do. Go somewhere where the water blue, where the women look different, where you could walk barefooted in the sand. You be in there fantasizing about shit like that. You in there wanting to hear other people's stories because you've been in there so long. The whole world changed. Taking pictures out of magazines, sticking it on the wall. I think they got tablets in there. I don't know how that worked. It wasn't like that when I was in there. That's somebody's son gone. That's a whole legacy lineage cut off. You gotta live with that for the rest of your life.